Hey gang, it's Nanny Crypto coming to you today with a video about when should we sell when your coin is being either pumped or has done a gradual rise and you would like to figure out when to sell. So I thought today would be a good opportunity as I've been working on a trade today and I've got a couple of different ways. And obviously this isn't the only way. There are a lot of different ways to do things. But this is just going to give you an idea, hopefully get rid of some of those questions you have in your head on when should I hold, when should I sell. Now, just before we jump in, as usual, we're going to check on the Bitcoin price, currently at 6,237. It's done a couple of dips down to 5,500. I still believe the correction can go down to about 4,800 to about 5,200, between those $400. So I'm holding off for now. So that's my 2 Satoshis worth as far as Bitcoin is concerned. So to give you this example, we are going to talk about a coin called OK Cash. And I'm basically going to walk you through what I've been looking at in the market and why I started looking at it and why I was interested in it. And then we'll go down to the details of what my trading's been like today, why I sold, why I'm still holding, and like I said, hopefully that should answer some of your questions. So let's jump over to our screen. Now, I thought I'd just quickly jump into this Facebook group. So this is one of the groups that I'm a moderator of, which is the #1 Bitcoin group in the world, which is absolutely fantastic. And there's a whole group of people, friends, who basically come together every day and we inform each other, we give each other tips, tricks, new ideas, what we think is doing well, and just basically try and help each other out. So this was when it all started. Back on the 31st of October, I saw a chart that looked like this. And it says, I've stayed away from OK Cash for a while as it's been green below orange since late September. So that would have been from around here, and it was green below orange the whole time. However, just came up on my radar from the new cryptocurrency signal finder in TradeView. Turned on all the lines to review, can see the 7, 21 and 77 coming together nicely. The only thing that has me concerned is the 231 still on a downtrend. Thoughts, Brendan, Kelly and team? So back on the 31st, I looked at a few different things, and so just by looking at this chart, I can see, what do I look at basically? So I normally don't use the red. I use the red when I'm kind of making final decisions. But so here the green was below the orange, as we can see, below the orange. And because it went down, that actually allowed the orange to, what we call, is to complete a cycle. Now, the reason it caught my attention is because these three lines coming together is quite rare. Now, because the white was on a downtrend, what can happen when the white's on a downtrend is it may stop it from rising as quickly as it can, basically. So that's when it all started, back on the 31st of October. Okay, now let's jump into our chart. And this is what I would have seen. So I'm just going to turn off the candles for a second, just up here with our show and hide buttons for the candles. And as we can see, actually, I don't want to confuse you guys. I'm just going to leave. Yes, we have the red. So if I go to the 31st of October, it was right there. So as you can see, three lines aligned really well. So on that day, I would have looked at things like the volume. So I would have turned on the volume. I'm not going to turn, can I turn? Yes, I can. Here. And as we can see, so these lines just behind the graph, let's see if I can move this up a little bit. Yep, so these lines here would have told me that there was a big buy, and that would have made me decide, yep, I'm happy to buy there and then. So because the volume was good, because those charts was aligning, I decided to buy. So what did I do? Because I was concerned about this white, just going to quickly show you my portfolio. And these are basically the 3 transactions that I made right here. Oh, sorry, it's gone and highlighted the whole thing. We don't want the whole thing highlighted, do we? New. So these were the 3 trades that I made. So what is this telling me? I made 3 trades on the same day. I'll go into each one in a second. I basically bought and sold at a profit every time. So the first time I made 7%, the second time I made 16%, and the third time I made 9.26%. Okay, so let's quickly jump in and check to see what those trades did. So if I click on here, so I bought 700 at 4166 and sold 700 at 4459. We've made a profit. Excellent. The next one I bought 335 at 54 and sold at 6299. Excellent. Made a profit again. And then the third one I bought 300 at 54 again and I sold at 59. So if we look at that second one, 6299. Let's quickly jump into our chart and let's keep in mind this was all on the 31st. So on the 31st, now I'm just going to need to turn my candles on for a second. 6299. Okay, so around here I went, that's it, I'm out. Now, I was very lucky that day because I was obviously buying and selling at a good profit. I would basically buy everything and sell. Now, the boss method tells us we buy green above orange, right? So I would have bought around here. I think the first one was around here. So I bought it and then I sold it around here. Then I bought it again. Then I sold it around here. Then I bought it again. And then I sold it up here. Now, the bad thing about that is that if I sold at say 5,000 and then I bought in again at 55 at 5,500, then I've lost out or I've stopped earning on that 500 that I didn't wait on. But so keep in mind that the reason I traded like that in this given situation, but was because of that white. I was really worried that that white was going to come down and basically do this. If we check our chart, so this was on the first, so the next day, OK Cash went down 60%. Now, if I had held on to my coins, I would have lost, or I would have lost significantly. But now then again, if I bought around here, then I probably would have only lost about 5%. So again, these trades were made like this because of the white downtrend, which when that is occurring, it's a bit difficult to tell what it's going to do. Now, let's continue. Sorry. For the next few days, I let OK Cash, I didn't do anything else with it. It went down. I had already sold everything. Here we go again. It started going up. I could have bought here, but because the white was still going down and the red was on a downtrend, I went, nope, I'm not going to buy. I didn't buy it all, just went down again. Now, here is going to be what we've done today, and I'm really hoping that this is going to help you guys to maybe make a few of the decisions when you're deciding what you're going to do. So I'm going to turn off the 21 because I basically didn't use it today. Now, let's go into the trades that we've made today. Now, according to my portfolio, it's going to tell me that I bought everything on the 11th at 4717. Okay, let's jump into the chart. On the 11th, which is this day, I bought at 4717. Here we go, right here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to draw, you'll excuse the other lines that are there. I know they're a bit confusing and I'll explain them in a second. 47. Actually, I'm going to turn this on now. Much better. So what this actually tells us is as follows. The green came above the orange. So actually this is probably needs to be a little bit higher. Let's get rid of that. I'm sorry. I don't want to make it daunting for you guys, so I'm going to get rid of it. So what we see in the background is the Fibonacci. And I basically drew the Fibonacci of the last peak, just so that I could see how far it would go. And it looks to me like this could probably be moved up slightly about there. Just leave it there. And we'll put this up here. So this is what happened. Green went above the orange, right? Now I'm thinking, if I look at probably the way I was thinking at the time, I went, okay, I'm not going to buy down here because the white's still on a downtrend, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. So chances are I probably kept an eye on it for a few days. Now, let's quickly, I'm going to jump onto my Twitter account. Like I said, guys, the idea is just to show you, I guess, what I've been doing and how I kept an eye on these trades. Can I search my messages? Probably not. Bitcoin Cash, blah, blah, blah. Not even going to talk about that today. So this is back on the 11th. Here we go. So on the 11th of November, so for you guys out there who have a Twitter account, if you are interested in checking out my trades, I normally post anything that I buy or most of the things that I buy into Twitter if I think it's going to do well. So I posted on the 11th of November. Might be a good idea to stock up on OK Cash. There was something from Palm Beach Confidential which was saying that OK Cash might have been one of the new coins that was going to go into the I think this basically tells them which is the next coin that's going to go on an exchange or something like that. Don't quote me, not 100% sure. And then on the same day, a little bit later, I saw a message coming through about OK Cash community has spoken. They clearly enjoyed our last efforts. Let's make this third OK birthday the best. So it seems like there was a partnership there. And I thought, okay, really good news. And then if I keep on going up a bit more, November 12, November 12. Okay, so let's stop. We'll come back to, this is just a similar, what does this one say? Something big is coming. Okay, that was something about the birthday. So as you can see, there were a few different news happening regarding OK Cash that made me think this is a good buy and I'm going to hold on. Okay, so the decision was made and I bought 4717. Okay, now if we look at what happened, it actually went down from where I bought it, which was about here, all the way down here. Now, you have to understand, so there's a few people that like to set up stop losses. I personally very rarely set up stop losses because I just believe that the Bitcoin market or the cryptocurrency market is too volatile. So while a coin can take a dip of up to 10, 15%, it can see a return of up to 60, 70% after that. So I don't sacredly follow the rules. So I normally buy, so the boss method tells us green above orange buy, green below orange sell. So I normally don't go with the green below orange sell because I don't like to wait until that time. But what I try and do is I try to go with my gut as far as how much I'm going to hold on to. So here we bought 839 coins, if I'm not incorrect. Okay, so here we didn't sell. Why didn't we sell? Because green is still above orange. There's no reason to sell. Why else didn't we sell? Because the news is still coming out. So here we're on the 12th of November. There's still news coming out. There is no reason to sell. Okay, did a bit of a dip and up it went again. So for these few days, probably around here, I probably made about 5, 6%, 7, 8%, 9, 10, 15, and we hit around here. Now, another way of, so a lot of people get concerned that, for example, right now it's 10, 18 p.m. my time. And I know that when I go to bed, there is a whole bunch of anything, news, markets, anything can come out that can make the market drop, can make it spike, and I want to be there when it happens. So people say, I want to make my profit, but what if I miss out on making a profit? What if I could have made more? So this is the way that I really like to trade. And if I'm really keeping an eye out on a coin, this is what I'll do. We buy here when you're happy with how much you've made. So I think about here I'd made 0.004. Actually, let's not guess. Let's jump into our portfolio. Yep, 0.0045. And I'd made 23% of what I bought. So remember that we've still bought at 4717. And what did I do? I bought 839 coins, so I sold about half. Okay, that was it. I had made my profit. Now, why didn't I sell then? Easy. Green is still above orange, right? It's like way up here. No reason to sell. And even more importantly, when I made this sell before I decided to keep going or hold, I saw this, and that's the reason why I've set up this lightning bolt here. When you see something like this happening, it's really good. And the reason it's really good is because once this orange starts to go on an uptrend, so what will probably happen is this blue will probably continue to go down just to kind of equal itself out. But this one will continue to go up with the green. Once that happens, we know we are in it for the long run, right? And it's going to be a while before anything happens. So this is why here I didn't sell everything, because the white and the orange are coming close. Now, if I quickly jump back into the group, here are my charts after my first sell. So let's have a look at this chart. So as you can see, it wasn't anywhere near it yet. It only started to do its thing. And as you can see, we were up, would have been up to about, I think I sold here at 4717, probably about 5.6, I think. Stop guessing. 5.8, close enough. 5.8 would have been around here when I actually sold. So what did this post say? So one of the tricky things with trading is learning when to sell once you have made a profit. I bought OK Cash back on the 10th, just after the green crossed the orange. made a 25% profit using the boss method and sold half my investment. Why didn't I sell everything? I didn't sell everything due to the lightning that I believe will strike when the orange crosses the white on the way up. Hope this helps, and obviously this is the video I'm creating for it. So, it kept going up. As I predicted and as I expected, green is nowhere below orange. It continued to go up and up, and it got to here. So around here at 6.9, I went, wow. So it had already made, so since it did its, last dip, it's gone up, or it had gone up. Here, let's go back down here. 66, 67%. So that to me was a really nice profit. So I sold. So we had 839. We sold 400 here, and then we sold another 200 here. So we've currently got 239 sitting there waiting. Now, the question will arise again. Why didn't I sell? Here is why. Let's jump back into my Twitter account. Now, this is why I didn't sell. Another hint that OK Cash is a great buy. On the money train and loving this 12% rise. That was 14 hours ago. This had already gone up as well, and this is why I decided not to sell. OK Cash, big birthday surprise announcement, join OK and celebrate. And then when I clicked on it, I think it's got a countdown of currently 6 hours. That is why I haven't sold, or I hadn't sold, because obviously the charts, so make sure you read the charts and you understand the charts to decide whether you're going to buy and sell. Now, this could be nothing. This could be a pump. The 6 hours could be up and nothing might happen. I've read in a few places that it might, OK Cash might be being put on Polynex, and if it does, it will probably pump even higher. But these are things so there's two ways you can trade. You can just trade based on the chart, or you can trade based on the news, or you can trade based on both. And I like, when it's a coin like this and when I'm doing so well, then I like to look at the news and see if there's anything happening with it. Okay, now, so that's my OK Cash. Obviously very happy with it, doing very well. Let's jump back into the chart. Now, if I go back to my portfolio, so that's my current. I'm just going to jump into there. So the coin that I bought at 4717 is currently 50% up, and I've made 0.005. Usually, that to me is pretty good. So there's a couple of things, and I'm just going to say what everybody else says, and people can say, okay, you're already up to that. You're 6 hours away from big news. The news could be nothing. It could crumble. Yes, they're right. The news could be nothing and it could crumble. Now, if we look a little bit closer in the chart, we can see that it's already started to go down. Now, why has it started to go down? Because it was overbought. And this is just down here by I'm looking at the RSI. That basically means that it went up too quickly, so it will do a correction. Now, here is where you need to make your decision. I believe, so this is from trying to understand this whole chart. Let's get rid of the candles again. We might get rid of everything just so we can read it. I believe that the orange has completed its cycle. It's going to cross the white and it's going to continue to rise. Just because of the pattern that we currently have, because of the news that is coming out, because of what the chart is telling me, because we are nowhere near, our rule is sell green below orange. Now, what's the other really good thing of doing these sales like this? When you do a couple of sales along the way, It doesn't matter if I go to bed in an hour's time and it, let's just say, so when I go to bed, the news will happen at 4 a.m., which means by the time I wake up, it would have either spiked or it will go all the way down. Now, if it goes all the way down, even if it went down to like here, I could still sell at that point and go, no, I'm up, I'm happy, I'm not selling. Sorry, I'm selling. Or I could wait until it does its correction and go back up. Now, one final tip for advice. When you are in the middle of trying to decide whether you're going to hold a coin or sell it, make sure, so this is a 343. Now, for those of you running the free version, you would be running this account, which just basically tells us the same thing. However, when you are deciding when to sell, here's my advice. Jump down to a lower chart. If I look at the lower charts, I can see, for example, these, so the 77-minute chart is roughly about a 1.5 hour chart. And this tells me that the last 3 candles have gone down. Maybe it's time to sell. Maybe it's not time to sell. The other thing is actually jump down to a 3-minute chart. I'm going to get rid of all our other things because you can see at that point in time exactly what people are doing. Is there anything like serious or anything? No, it's just usual. It seems to be a bit of a correction here. Green is above orange, well, it kind of went down here. There's nothing serious to me in this chart. Green is way above orange in this chart. There's no reason to sell. So, like I said, guys, this is obviously not financial advice, but I thought I'd jump in, give you guys a few tips on how I do things, on how I decide whether I'm going to keep a coin, sell it, wait. At the end of the day, each coin is separate. Each coin has its own pattern, has its own history. Don't be scared to go back and check to see what the coin's actually done. We have a pattern here, and the fact that the orange is going to cost the white, to me, is good news. And I believe it's going to keep on going up. So what we'll probably do is in a few days, you guys can jump onto the chart and check out to see whether I was right or whether it was wrong. I think it will do a correction, and I think that red candle is showing us that it's doing a correction, but I think it will be minor. I believe it will continue to go up, and maybe tomorrow will be the day I sell at a 50 odd profit. So guys, I hope this helps. I know this is one of the questions asked a lot in our group, where people ask, when should I sell? How do I know if I should sell? At the end of the day, guys, go with your gut. Make sure that you've looked at the history, check out what's happening with the coin, the patterns that are emerging, and, don't be scared to hold it if it dips a little bit. If you buy it at 1,000 and it goes down to 800, don't sell it. Wait. Wait, because if you are following the boss method and you've done green above orange, chances are it will go up. Now, please remember, every chart is different, and also very important key of information is remember that the Bitcoin also determines a lot of what happens in the charts. So with Bitcoin currently doing a bit of a correction, if Bitcoin dips really badly, chances are your alts are gonna bleed a little. If Bitcoin skyrockets, the same thing will happen. So just keep that in mind. I hope this helped. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Remember to subscribe, turn on notifications so you can get a reminder every time we do a video. Please, if there's any questions that you have at all, add your comments to the description, and of course share this content if you believe it's going to help anyone out there trying to learn how to do trading in the crypto world. Thanks, guys, for watching. Hope to talk to you soon. See ya.